Hi there, welcome back. We're gonna do our currently inked finally. I know we are well into the month, but oh, it's been a month already. And it's only I think the 8th? Yeah, today's the 8th. So I'm gonna try to get this filmed and get it up quickly, hopefully. But I'm gonna try something different this week doing there's like so many shadows. I need to get better lighting. I'm going to do a little different on these swatches and see how it works out. And then, I don't know. I'm just trying, to find a way. We'll get there. So, we're going to start and just kind of get right in. I'm going to zoom in so you can kind of see, but I don't want to get too close because I want you to be able to see like what I'm writing. And I have so much stuff on my desk that it's just kind of hard. It's kind of hard to have everything like here and maybe, let's see. Hopefully that will stay. Okay. So let me see if I can zoom in a little bit just for, I'll just kind of see how this goes. At least I can kind of move the inks as we go and maybe move the paper as well. So, all right, hopefully at this angle you'll be able to see kind of what I'm doing here. Okay, so I didn't do a very good job at a rainbow this month, which is odd because I tend to really work hard to get a rainbow in June, but I had some really pretty colors that I hadn't used and that I wanted to, so we're just gonna go with it. All right, so our first ink and pen combo is Dominant Industry Earl Grey Tea, and I paired that with this is the Novelore Original Plus in Halloween Orange. So it has like sparklies and it's a very pretty pen. This is the one that I had so much problems with. This is my replacement. So I haven't inked it until this month. So I wanted to try it before we got too late into it. So we will get this going. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a swatch of water and then dip the ink down and just kind of let it, I don't know. We're going to see. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully. I just want something different. I don't know. The water's drying, I think, too fast. So, that's probably not going to work. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna work because it's just I don't know. The water's drying too quickly, so I don't know. Yeah, we'll just kind of see. All right. This is hopefully it writes. Novelore Original Plus in Halloween 24 with a medium nib. Let me zoom back out just a little bit. Okay, and then I'm gonna do line widths at the bottom. Yeah, see, I'm gonna have to zoom back out a little bit more. Dang, I wanted to be in close so you could kind of see everything a little closer, but to be able to really see it, I think you gotta be zoomed out to do it this way, long ways on the page. If I were doing, maybe I'll change it up. I just want mine to be, you know, a little different. I don't want to do the same thing as everybody else. I'm sure that's how everybody feels, you know, they want to do their own kind of thing, and I'm the same way. I just want to do my own thing, and I want things to look nice. All right, next up we have Shiku-ren from Pilot. Maybe if let's see about getting the ink ready first. Oh, I didn't show the comparison with the ink and the pen. I love that. I love the ink, but I really do like that pen. It's so pretty. Okay, so we're gonna try this one more time and just see how it goes, if I can have a little bit more speed. No, it just doesn't work how my phone keeps going off. It doesn't work how I had envisioned it, and I tested it a couple of times and it worked fine, but I was also working on Tomoe River paper, and maybe that has something to do with it. So I guess we'll just go back to doing it how I was with the back of the spoon. I'm just going to try to move some of this around a little bit because I don't want it to pool and bleed through the back of the paper. Let's do a little bit on the orange too. Just spread it out a little bit so it doesn't bleed through. I have a feeling it's going to. Okay. Okay, let me grab a paper towel then if we're going to do this a little different, so I can dry my tools off a little quicker. I use a lintless rag usually, but it doesn't pull the water out as efficiently as a paper towel, so I like to dry my tools off with a paper towel if I'm like doing this kind of swatching. Okay, so the pen is a new to me pen. This is a Manyo Calista in black green. It has some sparkles in the black. It's such a pretty pen. Alright, so Manyo Calista with a fine nib in black green. And this is a really nice pairing. Although my next green pen would have also paired nicely with it as well. Okay, so I'm going to do the line widths with my Kakamori nib in my River City Pen Co. nib holder. So we have this pairing. I really do like this pen. All right, next up we have another green. Move over just a little bit. All right, next up we have Seaweed by Dominant Industries. And this is a very light green, but coming out of the nib I have it in, it looks really good. So I have this in my matcha, and yeah, I would have definitely preferred, but I still think it really doesn't match Shiku-ren exactly either. And I already inked up the other pen, so I wanted to have a green ink in this one, but this one has a scythe grind from Kirk Spear. So this is the Twisby Eco Matcha with a scythe grind. I really like this color ink. It doesn't match very well, but I'm okay with that. I don't have to be super matchy-matchy, but it's nice to have, you know, a little bit of a match. All right, so let's do our line widths. And then we've got our matcha. Lovely, lovely pen, and I love that grind. All right, next up is a beautiful Sailor ink that I forgot about that was in my collection, and it's so pretty. So we will get this one swatched. I wound up with 2 blues and 2 greens and 2 browns for this go. Let's see if I can get just a little bit more up here. But this ink is so pretty. And I put it in my Kilk Orion. I love this pen. And I forgot all about inking it up. I have never inked it up. So I decided to use it this month. Okay, so we have the Kilk Orion with a fine nib. And the ink is Sailor Koke. Do I normally write that? Oh, I think I do. Oh my gosh. We're gonna have to go back and do that. So I'll do the lines and then I'll write the ink down below. Wow. Not with it at all today. And I've already smeared. Oh man. It's all good. Okay, so Sailor Koke, right? I don't know what I was thinking. Felt like there was a little bit too much space. All right, I'm gonna fill in the other ones. We'll be right back. So that is Sailor Koke with my Kilk Orion. Love that pen. I can't wait till my desk comes eventually. Okay, next up we have another blue. This is Birmingham Pen Co. Hibiscus, and I love this blue. It is so pretty. Alright, I have this in my collab with Myers Pen Co. This is the Celestial Dreams in an Alpha S. With a medium nib. And then we will do our lines. And the ink is Birmingham Pen Co. Hibiscus. And I think that just looks so good with some of these brighter blues in this pen. Really pretty. All right, next up, gosh, I love this ink so much. And I did finally buy a bottle. I went back and forth on it, but we're just going to use the sample because I still have plenty left in the sample. But we're going to swap over to the other side of the page and hopefully I can get a better angle. But let me swap my paper as well. So this is Elphaba from Journalize. And I saw some reviews on it not being, not playing very well, clogging pens and stuff, but I've not had an issue. Like, I inked all of these pens up at the beginning of the month, so or close to it. It might have been a few days in. But yeah, I've not had any issues out of this ink clogging my pen. We'll see today. I haven't written with the pen that it's in a few days, so we will see how it performs. But I love this ink. It is so pretty that I was like, nah, I'm gonna risk it. I mean, if it comes down to it, I'll put it in my, what are they called? I'm bad about names. What am I thinking of? The Pilot Kukunos. That's it. If it comes down to it, I'll just use it in that if it starts clogging. But I don't look, I mean, the pen that I have it in is rather a large nib, so I don't think it'll be a problem in it at all. But, you know, we'll see. Such a pretty ink, though. And I think it is coming through, like the blues and the purples. It's like, or greens. I guess it's more of a greenish teal. Alright, so I have this in my Esterbrook Esty Winter White with the broad, with the broad nib. So there's no ink in the cap. That's a good thing. There is some like pooling of the glitter on the nib, but I don't think it's going to be a problem. So Esterbrook Esty with a broad nib in Winter White. I can't really tell if I'm seeing the shimmer or not. I may need to shake it up a little better. Yeah, I can see it as it's drying. It's a lot easier to see when it dries. So not a problem. It wrote without any issues. Let's do the lines. This is such a pretty ink. And I didn't even shake it back up, and there is quite a bit of shimmer still left there, so it seems to stay suspended for quite some time in the once you shake it. I don't know, I have never really looked if it actually settles like others. I've never paid attention. I just always shake it when I grab it, so. But I can definitely see the shimmer in the writing sample, so. This is Journalize Elphaba. And that is my Winter White Esty. Alright, next up is a new pen and a new ink sample. So this is Koke and Writing Labs collaboration. It's called Sunset Clouds. It is such a pretty color. And I looked at it on this site and I was just like, nah, I'm not going to get it. I wish I had now, because you can only get it from overseas. And now I wish I had gotten the bottle, because it is a really pretty ink. It's a lot different than like most of the other pinky colors that I have. It's such a pretty color. There's no shimmer in it. It's just a standard ink, but it's just so pretty. Okay, so I have it in my silica. This is an Atlas Delta Duna collaboration with rose gold trim. It is such a pretty pen. I have a video on this. I actually got one that was a little messed up at first, but Atlas replaced it, and I am very happy with my new one. So this is a Delta Duna in silica with a medium nib. I probably could have put that on the red side and that would have fallen a little bit because it does look a little more red than pink, but it'll be fine. All right, let's see. We'll get some lines. Ooh, I just splashed that out. Let me see if I can clean that up real quick. All good. Just a little drip. Okay. Write down the ink. So that is Kobe, Sunset, Clouds. Such a pretty color. And that is in my Delta Duna Silica. All right, next up is another Kobe ink, and this is a new ink to me. I'm not a fan of the way these inks smell, so I just kind of stay away from the jars and bottles when they're open. But this one is so pretty. I am glad I decided to pick it up. So this is Kobe Strawberry Chocolate. And I put that in my Navalor Nautilus, or Narwhal Nautilus with, it's cotton candy with no pink. No. There's a little bit, and it actually matches what little pink that's in here. It matches the sink really nicely, so. Nautilus, I always spell it wrong. Nautilus, maybe. In cotton candy. With a fine nib. It's pretty light, like in the initial swatch, but when it dries a lot darker. It's so pretty. I went from like no Kobes to all the Kobes. Put the lid back on this one. Okay, so that is Kobe strawberry chocolate. In my Nautilus cotton candy. All right, 2 more. Another Kobe ink. Like I said, I went from none to all of them, so, but I was just, I don't know. I really liked these colors. They were just calling to me. I was like, nah, I think I'm gonna use them because I definitely was feeling the different colors. And this one's very similar to the strawberry chocolate. This one is milk chocolate, so it dries rather light and then, or it goes down rather light and then it dries a little darker. I have this in my Pen Co. This is Ghost Green. I love the colors, and it's just green, but I love the swirly whites and green in this. I have my Monarch nib on this. Such a great combination. So this is Pen Co. Alpha Petite with, and it's a ghost green with my Monarch nib. So we'll do our lines. I should have done both ways. Okay, and then we will do our our line widths. Alright, and then this ink is Koke Milk Chocolate. In my Birmingham Pen Co. Ghost Green. All right, last up. I have Ferris Wheel Press Steeped Umber. New bottle to me as well. Oh, I might need to put up this other ink before I dump it. Especially since it's just a sample. Alright. So I was struggling trying to figure out what ink I was going to put in this next pen. And this was setting on my desk and I was like, I know I already have a brown, but this one is a lot darker. And I hope I'm not putting too much down. And, you know, just figured I'd do it. Alright, so it is in my brand new Pelican M800 in black green. With a medium nib. I love this pen. It writes so nice. Everybody told me that it was going to be like super wide as a medium though, and it's not. I think it's perfect. I mean, it's the same as all my other mediums. I don't think it's like super broad or anything, but that's what everybody was like, oh, you should probably get a fine because their mediums are super broad, and I don't think it is at all. I mean, maybe it's just my nib, maybe it's this ink, but I think it's perfect. I am very happy with the pen so far. Alright, so this is Ferris Wheel Press Steeped Umber. Perfect. I love it. I love this pen so much. Alright, so we'll go through all these real quick. Get it in frame. Alright, so we've got the Novelore Original Plus in Halloween 2024 edition with Dominant Industries Earl Grey Tea. Then my Mandu Kalista in black green with Pilot Iroshizuku Shiku-ren. Then my Twisby Eco Matcha with the Scythe Grind and Dominant Industries Seaweed. The Kilk Orion and a fine nib with Sailor Koke. Birmingham Pen Co. Collaboration with me, Heather Marie Plans, with a medium nib in Celestial Dreams with Birmingham Pen Co. Hibiscus. The Esterbrook SD with a broad nib in Winter White, inked up with Journalize Elphaba. The Delta Duna, did I just stick my finger in that? The Delta Duna Silica with a medium nib and Koke, and inked up with Kobe Sunset Clouds. The Novelar Nautilus in Cotton Candy with a fine nib, inked up with Kobe Strawberry Chocolate. My Birmingham Pen Co. Alpha Petite in Ghost Green with a Monarch nib, inked up with Kobe Milk Chocolate. And lastly, my Pelican M800 in black green with a medium nib, inked up with Ferris Press Steep Dumper. That is our currently inked for June. You have to tell me if you like any of these colors, if you own any of these colors. Are they on your list? I recommend them all. They're all beautiful and they all really perform well so far. The ones that I had not used before do perform really well, so I have used a few of these before, but I am extremely happy with the way that this has turned out. I love all these colors. I'm so excited to use these pens for the month of June. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.